Welcome to day 48 of our school year. Let's go ahead and get this filled in. All right, let's start with our beginning fraction. Total of 180 days. We're on day 48. Now we want to think, is our numerator prime or composite? Well, it's even, and the only even number that's prime is 2, so it must be composite. And you can always double check on your prime number sieve and see that it is not circled. It is composite. So we have to find the prime factorization for both our denominator and our numerator. All right, so 180 is even, so I can divide by 2. Half of 18 is 9, and then my placeholder. 9 plus 0 is 9. That's a multiple of 3, so 3 is a factor. I can get 3 groups of 3 out of 9, and then my placeholder. I can get 3 times 10. 10 is even. I get 5. Once I get to a prime number, I'm done. Here, 48 is even, so I can divide by 2. 2 groups of 2 out of 4. 4 groups of 2 out of 8. That one's also even. 1 group of 2 out of 2. 2 groups of 2 out of 4. That's also even. Okay, I get 6. That's even. I get 3. Okay, so now I need to write down my prime factorization. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. We always want to write it in order from least to greatest. And then here, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Do we see any common factors here? Well, we have 2 times 2 here, and then we also have a 3. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. That is our greatest common factor. We're left with 2 times 2 in the numerator, 4 in the numerator, and 3 times 5, or 15, in the denominator. So let's go ahead and make our groups of 12. Your groups of 12 do not need to look like mine, but you do need to have 12 in each group and keep the shaded separated from the unshaded. So here I'm using the fact that 2 times 6 is 12. Here, 4 times 3 is 12. And then 4 plus 8 is 12. I'm using decomposition and understand my tens. I cut off 4, I'm left with 6. And then using my array here, 2 times 6 is 12. There are different ways you can find your groups using logic and reasoning. If those don't make sense to you, then counting always works, because it's better to get to the right answer slowly and accurately than the wrong answer quickly. Okay, so I have all my groups of 12 here, so let's count up our total amount of groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total groups. 1, 2, 3, 4 are shaded in. Now that we have done our division with our model, let's go ahead and do it with our algorithm to find if we get the same result. So we're dividing by 12. So I'm going to do, let's see, 10 times 12. Placeholder moves it over a place. Numbers the same, zeros the game, more on top, no need to stop. So I bring that 60 up here. And let's see, 60, let's try times 5, because 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 10 is 50. 50 plus 10 is 60. Numbers the same, zeros the game. And 10 plus 5 is 15. Here I'm going to do 2. 2 times 12 is 24. More on top, no need to stop. More on top, no need to stop. I can still take more groups out, so I'm going to bring that 24 up here. And I know I can multiply by 2. I get 24. Numbers the same, zeros the game. 2 plus 2 is 4. I still need to check. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Divisor times quotient plus remainder. Now, since my remainder for both is 0, and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, I don't need to actually add 0. Alright, so here I have 2 groups of 5, which is 10. Regroup above. 2 groups of 10, which is 20, plus 1 more 10 is 30. Okay, now I'm going to multiply by my 10. I'm done with my 2. 10 times 5. Well, anytime I multiply by a 10, I need to put my placeholder. So I have 1 times 5 is 5. And then that 10 just moves it over a place. And then 1 times 10 is 10. And the placeholder moves it over all the way to the hundreds. Add these partial products together. I get 180. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 groups of 2. 4 groups of 10 is 40. 48 matches our dividend. Check. 180 matches our dividend. Check. So our numerator is definitely 4, and our denominator is definitely 15. All right, now let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. Okay, we're still in trimester 1, week 11. Today is 10/16/19. Our fraction for today is 4/15. Let's go ahead and get out our number line. We did groups of 12. So find our groups of 12. We have 1/15. We have 2/15. Now we need to get down 3/15. That has an equivalent fraction with 1/5. 1/5 was the simplest form because you could divide both of these by 3. It's also equivalent to 6/30. Multiply both these by 2. 9/45. Multiply both these by 3. 12/60. 18/90. And then our beginning fraction, 36/100. I'm sorry. Is that right? Yep, 40/180. I knew that wasn't right. All right. So today we need to also get down 4/15. There's no equivalent fraction below, no line below, because this is our simplest form, or equivalent fraction in lowest terms. But there is an equivalent fraction in the 6's. 6 is a common factor. In the 4's, 4 is a common factor. In the 3's and the 2's. All right, let's go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.